Hello there and welcome back to That's the Skinny. If you're new here, hi, I'm your host Ruby.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Emily.
Each week here we dive into all things health, wellness, weight loss, exercise, and becoming your best self. This week we're hopping into something a bit different, getting a bit more technical on ya. We want to talk about all things weight loss drugs. We hear about them all the time in mainstream media, but today we wanted to give you a deep dive. Without further ado, today we are getting the skinny on weight loss drugs.
Yes. I love this
Let's
topic.
Let's talk history. Weight loss has been something that has plagued humans since the beginning of time. From ancient pharaohs and Roman kings, quote, dying from being too fat and only being able to walk when two of his slaves could carry his belly, then to Kate Moss's nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, all the way to the current surge of weight loss promotion everywhere. Just like with any major problem, we want a solution. So, lo and behold, the long line of solutions to solve obesity and lose weight emerge. According to the National Institute of Health, doing a historical review of anti-obesity drugs, in the first half of the 20th century, there were three main themes associated with drug treatment of obesity. Thyroid hormones, interlude with dinitrophenol as drug regulation was beginning to expand, and the introduction of amphetamines and rainbow pills.
Rainbow pills. What are those?
Rainbow pills are any combination of pills, typically of different colors, hence the rainbow, that were formerly taken to curb appetite and promote weight loss.
What kind of pills are we talking?
Really anything. Amphetamines, laxatives, thyroid hormones, but all mixed together. Thyroid hormones were actually the first major development scientists locked down as being a major advantage for people who struggled with excessive weight gain. Thyroid extract was thought to boost metabolism and promote weight loss in people with normal thyroid levels. Soon after came dinitrophenol, also known as DNP, a drug so bad for humans that the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act was passed. Throughout the post-war era, amphetamines were being used everywhere for their appetite-suppressant effects. While these substances were initially embraced and even celebrated, their use was quickly put to rest in 1979 when the FDA banned their use as a weight loss aid because of addictive potential. Then came the 90s. We saw a surge in popularity of the newest weight loss drug, the fen-pen.
I feel like I've heard of that.
Well, it's a combination of two anoretics, fenfluramine and phentermine, were used for weight loss. Big medical terms, I know, but basically appetite-suppressing drugs. Although both were approved by the FDA separately, they were never approved to be administered together. It was only after these drugs exceeded 18 million prescriptions throughout the United States that they were taken off the market. Why, you might ask? Patients were developing a rare and very serious heart condition.
What? How is that even possible? There are major health complications and the FDA just lets that slide? Where's the regulation on that?
Unfortunately, the FDA must prove supplements are unsafe in order to remove them from the market. In general, manufacturers do not have to register their product with the FDA or get approval before selling. Choosing to use supplements become a matter of buyer beware, which is why there is such an outstanding history of these supplements.
That is seriously terrifying. What does this even mean in the grand scheme of weight loss supplements today? I mean, we see them everywhere.
Recent attempts at weight loss drugs are not seeming to hold up much better. 3 different medications, Meridia, Acomplia, and Ephedra, have all been removed from pharmacy shelves shortly after making their debut.
So, what about Ozempic? We're hearing about it every day. Is this just as unsafe?
Let's talk about Ozempic. So, Ozempic is used to help lower blood glucose in people with type 2 diabetes. Lately, it is gaining much more attention. Because of the uproar of attention, people are taking advantage of this new drug. Off-label usage of the drug has soared the supplement into weight loss world. Ozempic is, in simple terms, a brand name for semaglutide, which belongs in a group of medications that mimic a natural hormone in the body called GLP-1. Why does this work for weight loss, though? Because the more you take Ozempic, the more GLP levels rise. The molecules go to your brain and convince you that you're full. In essence, it curbs your appetite. It will also cause slow digestion because it increases the time it takes for food to leave your body. Besides weight loss and type 2 diabetes management, the benefits of the medication are aimed at reducing the need for preventative sleep apnea measures, positive effects on heart health, and reducing risk of major stroke, heart attack, and even death. Studies are rapidly reporting the astounding weight loss numbers that are coming from these drugs. Unfortunately, Ozempic also has a very dark side. When using Ozempic for weight loss, there are tons of health risks, including headaches, gastrointestinal issues, fatigue, dizziness, vomiting, and more. There are also more serious side effects associated with taking Ozempic, which would be inflammation of the pancreas, gallbladder issues, and can worsen many health conditions. It can also cause hypoglycemia, which is basically just low blood sugar.
Dang.
Yeah, so while Ozempic does help people lose weight, if they stop, it'll come right back. The UK healthcare says 1 year after cessation of once-weekly semaglutide injections, participants regained 2/3 of the weight they had lost.
That
right?
sucks.
Why? Why does that happen?
So once the drug has stopped or lost its effectiveness, the same struggles that got the individual in trouble in the first place will still be there, obviously, and the weight will come right back. Regardless of Ozempic, whatever a person does to help with weight loss, they have to keep doing it. The biology of the body is engineered to protect its own weight and stay at that standard.
Okay.
So Ozempic is supposed to be used for people with type 2 diabetes.
Interesting.
Yep. Basically, Ozempic was first approved by the FDA in 2017 as a drug called semaglutide to treat adults with type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a metabolic disease when the body cannot regulate insulin properly, resulting in high blood sugar. But not everyone that is obese has type 2 diabetes. When used to manage diabetes, Ozempic can help manage blood sugar levels. In turn, a side effect can be weight loss, but they are not for weight loss.
Nope.
They help people lose weight, but only on the aspect that their appetite is curbed. The medication is not going to give you an instant 3 inches lost around the waist. And most importantly, the drug is not supposed to be taken without lifestyle changes. Doctors recommend exercise along with this, as well as other changes to ensure that the drug works well.
I see. So what I'm gathering is that the major issue here is not what the drug does or the chemical compounds that make it up, but rather who is using it. Weight loss drugs are approved by the FDA for adults with BMI greater than 30 and have at least one weight-related comorbidity like diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, or sleep apnea. The issue is not the people who are taking the drug when needed, it's the amount of people who want to take the drug when not needed at all.
Exactly. Because of this, there has also been a global shortage of the drug to treat type 2 diabetes. The surge of off-label prescriptions of semaglutide for weight loss is causing an imbalance for the people that really can benefit for diabetes purposes.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's getting out of hand. So why is everyone pushing to take these weight loss drugs then?
Well, according to the U.S. Surgeon General, overweight and obesity have reached epidemic proportions, affecting 6 out of every 10 Americans. Womp womp is right. Obesity and overweight are the second leading cause of preventable death after smoking, resulting in an estimated 300,000 deaths per year.
Well, that can be a bit misleading though. We define obesity by our BMI, body mass index. Anyone can go online and find a free BMI calculator, plug in their height and weight, and get back a number. The chart will show whether that number classified you as being underweight, healthy weight, overweight, or obese. But a BMI is not perfect. According to a Yale medicine study, one reason why BMI is criticized for being inaccurate is that a person with a lot of muscle and minimal body fat can have the same BMI as a person with obesity who has much less muscle.
For sure.
Another problem is that BMI, which was invented 200 years ago, was based on European white men and did not take into account that a person's body fat tends to vary on sex, race, and ethnicities. So, obesity is definitely an issue, but the numbers are a bit inflated.
Disease mongering is everywhere. We have these inflated calculations of how big of a problem this is, causing everyone to seek a solution.
Yeah.
But it's sounding like obesity might not really be as big of an issue as projected. But surely doctors have a better look at BMI than an internet calculator.
Sure do. We're all bombarded with information about nutrition and health. We might hear a celebrity discussing a new diet, or watch an infomercial about a fitness device, or constantly hit with ads supporting some new wellness fad. There's an information cascade surrounding these things. As our beliefs snowball into greater beliefs, we are influenced by those around us and their decision making as well. When we constantly see endorsements of these drugs, we are led to believe the things that they believe. Why would they lie?
Yes, we are so susceptible to information from our close tie networks, leading to a lot of misinformation. Our close tie networks are our family and friends, people we feel closest to and have strong emotional attachment to. Interpersonal communication is the preferable method because of the immediate response, but people will accept an idea because of the subjective evaluations of a peer who has already adopted the message.
There's also the added pressure of societal expectations. Not only are we encouraged to take similar ideas to that of our close tie, but we want to fit into our in-group. Humans are particularly vulnerable to social identity theory. Such a large part of our identity is derived from our social groups. They guide our actions and our beliefs more than we can even imagine. We want to look the same, fit a mold, and be a part of something, making us vulnerable to health misinformation, based on the information the people around us believe. The people most vulnerable to health misinformation are older adults, people seeking weight loss, adolescents, and athletes, putting drugs like these in direct path of destruction.
Exactly. Society plays a major role. Misinformation is a public issue. Societal expectations say that prioritizing wellness and self-care are the most intelligent things you can do. Weight loss often fits right into that category. There is also a surge of wellness-related misinformation today. Individuals identifying themselves as nutritionists or experts when they don't actually have any credentials to match that.
So, where should we be getting the information on what is safe? It's sounding like not
Good
a lot of this
question.
stuff is safe to use or do or take.
Well, a qualified nutrition expert is known as a registered dietitian or a licensed dietitian. These people have specialized degrees in dietetics, nutrition, public health, or related sciences from an accredited university. So these are your best sources. Also, red flags to look out for regarding nutrition misinformation are things like recommendations that promise a quick fix, or dire warnings of danger from a single product or regimen. Claims that sound too good to be true, recommendations based on a single study, or dramatic statements that are refuted by reputable scientific organizations. These are just a few things to pay attention to when looking for nutrition and health information.
Wow.
All right, guys, so to sum it all up, weight loss drugs are not a miracle cure for obesity. These medicines offer a stepping stone to establishing long-lasting lifestyle changes. According to Dr. Catherine Barney, obesity medicine director for UVA Health, treatment of obesity is complex, and medication alone is not enough for those that need it. It has to be done in conjunction with dietary changes and exercise.
So, if you need the drug, take the drug. But ultimately, the myth of weight loss drugs has been debunked. They are not effective nor safe, unless you are the population the drug is intended for, and even then, proceed with caution. And definitely not what we should be after as our first pick to lose our winter layer. We have come a long way from promoting meth to
We
lose
sure
the weight,
have.
but not far enough for comfort quite yet.
Awesome.
I love that, you guys. On that note, make sure to tune in next week where we talk about effective dieting and exercise. We hope you learned something new and exciting today. See you next week on That's the Skinny.
Bye!
Yes.